much idiot. Ain't no fun, no, but ain't no fun without a little bit of
Cancer.
Oh, we're rolling.
We're boogieing. That was fun. That was a little bit of business talk before we got started. Sorry about all that. I'll tell you one thing I'm not sorry about, John. You want to hear or what?
Yeah.
Be honest. Do you want to hear or not?
You don't have to sit this close anymore.
Yes, we do. We're in the
I
same
wanna.
shot.
All right. Well, I want to hear about it. What do I want to hear?
You might not want to hear about it, but I'll tell you anyway.
I feel like we're never going to get to this.
We will. We'll get there eventually at some point.
Can I take a guess?
Go for it.
Is it we got our tallest guest back on
No.
the couch? Oh, okay. Never mind.
My roommate's laundry we had to turn off, which is going to be a bummer for him, but hopefully we get that resolved. But how was your week? I'm horsing, dude. We got a guest today. We have none other than Mr. Bob the Rob, Slob the Knob, Cody. Rob, how are you?
How'd you know my middle name?
I'm sorry, I just guessed. It was a
Wow.
gander. It was a real gander.
Hey, how about it, y'all?
It's a family
It's good
name.
to be here. Thanks for having me again.
Of course,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, we were trying to get you. We didn't. You weren't even a backup pick. You were our first choice. You might be thinking we had somebody we picked before.
That's all right. I'll be the guy behind the guy. I don't
Hey.
care.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
You always need a guy behind a guy.
John spent most of high school being a guy behind a
Yeah.
guy, so
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
changed it for the better.
Matt spent most of his life being a girl inside of a guy, and eventually it's going to come out. Got him. You've seen it.
God damn it.
YouTube.
I'm a loser.
And you might have watched this episode on YouTube already because Matt figured it out.
Yeah, I just
Proud of you. Hey.
Okay, well,
Hey.
what's
proud
up?
of you.
Thanks, man. That means very little.
Yeah.
But no, we speaking of uploading to YouTube. We're gonna be metaing YouTube.
I hope none of this part's on YouTube because this is the worst fucking
This is
start to an
awful. This is the
episode
worst.
ever.
It takes a
Podcast
really
episode.
long
We're
time
already
to upload
rolling,
your videos.
dude.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's a tough shot. But we're here with Bob Cody. Came in last minute. Rob, what's been on with you, Pally?
Not much, man. Just being a dad.
Living life by the seat of your
Yeah.
pants.
Seat in my pants. Trying to do comedy as much as I can and raise kids.
That's a beauty. I gotta be honest with you. I always
It's not a
thought
good idea. I'm doing it as well. Well,
no,
one.
it's
Yeah. dad talk. We need some more dad talk on the pod. I got no dad advice.
the hardest two things to combine.
Should we
in the
just
world.
instill our wisdom upon Matt? And
Yeah.
just like you ask us dad
All right, can I give you
questions
this? I'll give
and
you both the scenario, and I want both
Okay.
sides of how you would dad it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Leave.
Okay. Fair.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Your kid gets a boo-boo in public. Your friends are there. Maybe it's like a little event where you guys all met up. It's like a charity walk or something.
I have one of those this weekend. Go on.
Yeah.
Your kid gets a boo-boo, starts crying like a total pussy, starts embarrassing you in front of all your friends. Like you want the kid to be strong, I imagine.
Yeah.
What do you guys do in that scenario? How do you address it? Do you talk to the kid? Do you leave? Is that a mother conversation?
What did they get the boo boo doing?
Yeah.
Skateboard.
That was a weird sentence to say. What they get the boo boo doing?
Skateboarding.
Skateboarding. All right. So
How
they're
old's the
shredding.
kid?
Yeah. How old's a kid?
22.
Yeah, then you push him down and tell him to get up and walk
Okay.
it off.
And get a job.
Okay, but
Yeah,
when I
he's skateboarding.
You got all this time to skateboard. You only got time to clean your room, do you?
Yeah.
okay, right, but when I fell, or when this kid fell, he wasn't expecting to fall. He was wearing shorts. He usually wears jeans when he skateboards. You know,
Yeah.
what can you do?
I don't know so it's my kid in this scenario, right?
All right, that's a fair. Yeah, if you had, let's say, all right,
It's
how old are
somebody
your-
else's kid. I'm acting like I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I am.
You immediately turn around.
I'm walking in the house. I'm gonna go, Rob. One of your 4 kids. I don't know how many you
Yeah.
have. Just cracked his head open, and Rob's gonna be like, "How about it?"
Yeah.
How about you?
Which one?
We're short of kid.
Number 3?
So I
What's
don't
the
know.
cutoff age for how long your kids can live with you guys? Do you guys like think about that at all?
Well, here's the real
They're
question:
younger
How
kids.
long did all of us? We can go around the horn. How long did everybody live at home? I think I win. I probably spent the most years at home. Is my
I got
guess.
not booted, but like asked to leave at like 19.
What's that conversation like?
How
Well, that
many-
was the Coast Guard conversation.
Yeah, it was Coast Guard.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they were just like
By the
either
way,
move
again-
out and do it,
Yeah.
or join the military. And I was like,
Your dad was
well,
just like looking at the coast, and he's like, "How is my son not guarding this?
I've never felt so unguarded.
yeah.
Like nobody can guard me. You're just, the coast was fucking.
Just you riding
Was
by on
not
an
clear.
inflatable dinghy. Hi, Diane.
Yeah. Hey, y'all.
Coast was fucking prime Jordan. Nobody could
That was
guard it.
But then, you're kind of in and out till whatever, 30, right?
So 19, you left. You left home.
Yeah.
Turned your back, joined the guard,
Yeah.
and
Here.
you never went back. You never went home.
I mean, for like visits and stuff.
But like you never went home to live there. It was never your. If you had to get
Yes, I did.
okay.
After the Coast Guard, I was trying to relax.
The fuck does that mean?
Just for like an extended period.
I assume
Exactly
that's all
what it
you
sounds
did.
like.
What do you
I
mean? But
assume
that's a
that's all
very
you-
general thing to say. You were trying to like.
Well, if somebody asked me what I was doing, I'd be like, I'm trying to relax. What do you,
like
what
in
are you
general,
doing?
like
yeah,
what do you do for a living? And you're like trying to catch a fucking break.
yeah.
It's on LinkedIn.
That lasted about 3 months, and then they were like, "You got to go do something else."
Yeah, so
Okay.
you just wanted fun time. You
Yeah.
just got back from the throes of war.
Yeah.
I mean, you guarded every bit of that coast,
Every
Yeah.
bit of it.
and you wanted to reap the benefits. You wanted to.
I wanted to relax.
Yeah, you wanted to relax.
And I tried to relax.
And as a troop, you'd think you would have earned that right.
You would.
Now, what prevented the relaxation?
People.
We're getting deep here.
This is how someone moves to the wood and becomes a Unabomber.
Yeah. I was just trying to relax, hang out on the beach, drink beers, and people
Okay,
are
so you
always
wanna
asking
chill.
you questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What are you
about-
doing now?
Everybody does
Trying
always
to
have
relax.
questions.
What are you
You
doing?
never get asked more questions than in your early 20s.
Yeah.
And you don't have any answers.
Yeah.
You're like running into everybody from high school and stuff.
Oh,
and they're like,
that's the
what are you
worst.
doing now? You're
Do
like,
you have herpes? Did you get a check?
Yeah.
Where did you go? That's a
like, I don't know,
lie.
man.
Did you give me herpes?
Trying to relax. Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with that phrase from now on. Just like I'm really just trying to relax.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable. I've never realized the power of that statement. And I feel like if somebody told me that, I'd be so embarrassed that I asked them to ever do anything. If it was like, hey man, would you mind when you on the way here, could you just stop and pick up like a 6-pack? Dude, I really would just rather relax.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. I had no
It's
idea.
you
My bad.
just-
I'll run out and get it myself.
I'll grab it,
then.
dude. I
Yeah,
didn't. Sorry
I got
about all
it.
that.
It's you getting pulled over by the cops.
Yeah.
They're like, I pulled you over. And he's like, I'm just trying to relax. And he's like,
Yeah.
all right, get out of the car.
Yeah. He's like, you drove into a row home and knocked out 4 families at once. But can a guy relax?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what those
Oh,
families are
what,
doing?
guys can't relax anymore?
Guys can't relax.
I think that do you get that as a dad? We can get back to the when do you have to move out chat, but every couple times, like during the week, and I do so much relaxing now.
Yeah.
I'm so good at it. I'm relaxed right now.
Yeah.
I'm doing
You
a
look
thing, but I'm
relaxed.
very
Yeah.
relaxed. And I did one minor task. I probably mowed the lawn, which you've been to my house, both of you guys. It's not big. It takes 20 minutes to do the whole front and back.
But that's a lot of work, though.
No, it's not. It's so easy. And I came in, and I think it was just the ask was hey, could you just do the dishes eventually tonight?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, can I just relax anymore, guys?
Yeah.
Can I just put my feet up? And then I was like, well, I took most of my phone calls for work with my feet up today. All right, well, I guess I relaxed then.
What's your response? Is it mine is
I've been embracing not being a crybaby.
Yeah.
And I've just been saying, yeah, and then I don't do the thing.
That's a good embrace.
I just say I'll do it, and then I just don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid thing really makes it feel like I could never complain about. Like the other day, I got 2 emails back to back at work asking me to do something, and I'm not exaggerating. An hour later, I took one of those showers where I leaned against the wall. I was like, nobody gets it, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You're
They were-
just trying to relax.
I was like, I'm
dude.
literally trying to relax.
Your next scene in that movie cuts to you standing at your dresser, and there's a can of beer and a loaded gun.
Yeah, I hyped on a
And you're
Skype
just
call.
deciding between which one is gonna help you escape the life you've lived.
I hopped
and you
on a
take the beer
fucking-
once again.
Hopped on a
because you
Skype
have a
call right
dependency.
after with mascara running down my face. And I was like, could you guys just let me relax for once?
Guys, my camera's been acting up, so I'm not gonna turn it on for this call.
I literally never go on Pornhub. Why is it in my frequently visited? It doesn't make any sense.
I got hacked.
I
I got hacked. So how old were you when you moved out? What's your saga?
23. So it's
Okay.
coming up in a couple of
That's-
years. I'll be
yeah.
moving out, but we'll make it there. I was 23. I think, I was 23. I moved into a studio apartment in Northeast Philadelphia, and to be closer to my job, of which I no longer had to go to because 4 months later, a global pandemic happened. So I stayed in a 300 square foot studio apartment for a year, frequently visiting Pornhub.
Yeah.
That was the time.
That's
No-
what it is. You haven't visited since, but it's just that burned into your reason.
I
you visited.
surpassed sexually going towards it, and it was purely for study.
You're just
Yeah.
I was
it,
just
was, it
browsing.
became your Google.
Yeah, it was just it was a beautiful library that I walked in, and there was a wise owl guarding it, and he said,
Oh, so that's what that hole's for. Okay.
"Okay, sure."
So you were 23. You never looked
23 and
back.
me, and I moved out.
You never look back. I give you credit too. You even moved from an apartment to another apartment without having a lag at your parents in between, right?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
had to time that.
That's pretty good.
I've
Yeah,
had a
thanks,
few.
guys.
I've had a lag or two that ended up turning into me staying there for another
They're like,
year
why
and a
are you
half.
here?
Yeah.
So
Well,
in
'cause,
between apartments, you would go and you'd move home for like.
Well, no. All right, here's my saga.
Dude, and be honest for once in your life, man.
I've never had a home. Raised on the streets. Yeah. No, I had to move out. Well, I moved out for college, but you don't count that. So after college, I moved back home because I had a bachelor's in communication and no promising leads on jobs.
What year?
I graduated college in 2008, the worst year on record to graduate college. I also was very lazy. I was just trying to relax.
That's all we're trying to do.
That's got to be the name of the episode.
Yeah, and haven't you noticed that they that's why women shouldn't go to college? It's a bachelor's degree, not a bachelorette's.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob, you had mentioned that before we started.
Yeah.
You're like, all these damn women in college. I've had just about enough.
Really?
And you look at these women in the face and you
Dude,
go,
my
relax,
granny got,
lady.
Like, a house. Her degree was in housekeeping.
It's a little on the nose.
That's awesome,
I
though.
swear.
That's crazy.
See, that's the stuff that they should be offering in college is like the shit that you do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You end up doing. Like, I
Can
would
you
have
balance
taken,
a checkbook?
No, you don't have to anymore.
No,
but it's like, I also still don't know how to make a resume.
Yeah,
My way to make a resume is I think I update it. I send it to my sister-in-law who knows what she's doing, and she just rewrites the whole thing and sends it back. I'm just praying I don't screw up enough to have to get a new job ever again. So.
That's very nice of her. Do you pay her?
No, it's just it's just kind, loving family. We got a bond.
That's nice.
Ew, not bond.
What?
Don't ever bond.
No, I love bonding. You know I bond.
You know they
He's a
call,
big
they call him
bonder.
James
Hey, you know
Bond.
I
Yeah.
bond.
We kind of bond.
You know I bond.
You just touched my bare thigh.
No, it's not bare. There's so much hair on that knee.
How could you, dude?
But yeah, so I moved out. I moved back in after college, and then I got a job, and then I stayed until about 25. I was dating my wife while living at my parents' house.
Me too.
And just,
The first time you slang, was that back at your parents' house?
slang that thing.
Yeah.
No.
With
no, it was
with
them.
the future wife. I
Yeah.
mean.
I still call her future wife. She's current
Yeah.
wife now. I used to hate to say fiance. I call her future wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wasn't there. But, I mean, she would spend the night. Like, I think I've said it on here before. My dad farted in front of my wife before I ever did.
Oh, wow.
Because, like, we were just hanging out on the couch, and he's in the kitchen just ripped one. It was, like, the perfect dad fart, too. He's standing
yeah.
at an open refrigerator, and all you see is the glow of the refrigerator. In my memory, he's just wearing underwear, and I know that wasn't the case,
Yeah.
but he's probably wearing N1 basketball shorts and a tee, like a Phillies 08 World Series tee, probably.
Sure.
And just rips one. And they looked over and was just like, oh, they're here. Like, I was like, you took that from me. I didn't get to fart in front of my wife yet.
Dad
you just
farts are
took that from
great,
me.
though, dude.
I mean,
Yeah.
Are you guys excited to start unleashing some dad farts when your
Start.
kids have friends over?
Start.
Yeah.
I
It's
started
the
2 years
best.
before I had the kid. I just been.
You got to
I'd-
do it with the kids' friends there, though. Isn't that what it's really you're cooking?
Like
Oh,
when
you
they're-
blame it on
when
them?
they know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah, like,
you're
sorry, my dad shit himself in the kitchen again. You know how he gets.
That's what ends up happening. It's when, like somebody gets geriatric. It's not that they shit their pants.
Yeah.
It's that they were just trying to do that age-old gag of farting on your kids' friends.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to fart on them. Welcome to my abode. Quit very
Oh,
quickly.
yeah, I thought you were saying like the kids are tall enough where they're eye level with your toot and you're just
Yeah.
ripping them at them.
I mean, if you make either of your kids' friends stare down the barrel of your asshole and you rip a fart in their face, more power to you.
Yeah.
Well,
Dad of the year.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then the other dads, you tell the other dads, they'll get it. They're like, I wish I had guts like that guy.
No, like I bet you're just trying to relax.
He was just trying to relax.
I get it. I get it.
I had a fact I wanted to bring to you guys just to see if it would resonate whatsoever. I'm getting into history, dude. I love history, dude. Notice it's history and not her story. You know what I'm talking about? But we
That's dangerous being looking like you do
Yeah.
at your age,
Currently,
getting into
right
history now.
Yeah.
yeah, it's what they said. Jane Gillis said it's the fucking speed track to becoming a Republican.
Yeah.
It's coming, dude.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid. Although, I mean, looking at how many taxes are taken out of your paychecks will really get you cooking. You know, I lost $4 last paycheck. Anyway, the guy was William Henry Harrison, okay? And this guy is the fucking boy of the year. He got elected to office, and usually they would come into their inauguration in like a horse and carriage, like the president, they're getting taken well care of. This is like right after the Civil War, I think, right before it. I think it was right before it. And he was like,
I just
nah.
pictured him riding up in the the crystal carriage from what is it, Sleeping
Cinderella.
Beauty, Cinderella? Yeah, I'm the president.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sleeping
he's
Beauty,
British.
also like a children's story lightly about rape.
Sleeping
Weird
Beauty
fucking-
is
yeah.
also Biden's nickname, if you ask me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Sniffing Beauty. Come on now, kids.
All right, sorry. Back to what was his name? William Wallace.
William Wallace was trying to oust the British from Scotland. No, he fucking was going in, and they were like, we got a carriage coming to pick you up, dude. Bring the family. He was like, nah, that's gay. I'm going to ride a horse without any covering at all. And I'm
Yeah.
not wearing a coat.
I'm not gonna wear a shirt.
He had like a new jacket that he was like pumped to bring out. And he was like, I'm the
Dude,
president.
new jackets will do that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree 100%.
Yeah.
I got a new shirt button down, and it was freezing the other day, and I walked around Philadelphia with my nipples piercing through my shirt because I was
Yeah.
like, this shirt rules.
I've done the opposite of that a lot, where you buy a hoodie in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
Because it's like an out of season, like, oh, I get
Yeah.
a discount. And you're like,
Yeah.
damn, I just want to pop on that green hoodie so bad.
Yeah.
And it's
Like,
August
it's
and you're
95.
just bucket. You're like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
You got to be careful.
By the way, it's dry fit, guys. I don't know if you noticed.
that was chubby kid behavior in the summer. You're like, hey, Terrence, why are you wearing a hoodie? And he's like, I don't know, just comfortable.
You
Yeah,
have
but
a
you're in the
friend named
pool.
Terrence?
Yeah, he died.
you
of a
know
heat
Fat
stroke.
Perry.
Yeah.
Poor guy, we lost him.
All right,
there.
so what president were you
So
talking
he,
about
like I
again?
said, he's like, nah, that's bitch shit. I'm riding a horse bareback, and I'm going to my inauguration. So it's January. It's
Yeah.
freezing out.
Cold.
He gets pneumonia, dies a month later, which is, in my opinion, the sickest thing you could do is just be like, nah, I'm president. I'm actually the fucking sickest dude. I'm not taking the carriage. I got a sick jacket.
Yeah.
So another part of his legacy, because we're talking about words that stuck around, his whole thing during his campaign was they made a big metal ball. This guy was such a tool douchebag, but he's the coolest guy of all time.
Oh, I've seen this thing.
He made just a big like tin ball that just had all his slogans on there, like making something huge and then just putting things you said that you thought ruled on there.
Right.
Another sick move. And what they would do is he just had people push the ball to different cities he would go campaign in. So they're
Oh
just
my
like groups of
God.
fucking like migrant workers. Like, I fucking hate this country. I hope this guy dies of pneumonia soon.
got to go
Yeah.
push the ball again today. I don't want to do it.
That's Native American.
He told me if I push the ball, I know I get freedom.
He pushed it from place to place because when he would build momentum. So that's how the phrase "keep the ball rolling" came to be.
Oh, wow.
Because this sociopathic douche was like
It is
making
amazing.
people push tin cans around.
Too, to think back then, like the biggest thing, like, man, what'd you get into last week? Yo, the fucking ball came to town.
Yeah.
You're
Was
like,
here, dude.
wait, what? Dude, that was last week?
Yeah.
I missed it? Like, that was the biggest thing that happened in that town ever.
To be fair, you want to shit on them, but when fucking Popeyes put out a crispy chicken sandwich, people were like, "I'm leaving my family to go try
Yeah.
this thing." That was a real thing in
It's
2020.
also not that good.
No,
Yeah, it
it's
wasn't
not.
that good.
No.
Yeah. Well, it was good the first week, and then they were like,
It's
"All
great
right."
marketing.
It
True.
is. Smart marketing, but terrible sandwich. This is mediocre.
So what? All right. So what happened with this
Keep
president?
the ball rolling.
He
That
kept
was
the ball
another-
rolling.
Kept the ball rolling, and then another thing he would do, and this was his sickest move.
You didn't finish the thing about him riding coatless.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
rode
died.
coatless in the middle of January in like 10-degree weather to his inauguration.
died, right?
And then got sick of pneumonia and
Okay.
died hard as hell.
All right. I'll let you keep telling his tale, but I want to circle back to that.
Yeah, sure. So this is the last part. What else he would do part of his campaign? Again, sociopathic tool. I'm trying to think of what modern person he would be.
Chet Hanks.
Who could he be?
Look, dude, if you're saying I'm presidential, just say it.
I wasn't saying you.
John.
I think it sounds like a Chet Hanks.
Oh,
I'm putting this out into the ether. I want to get Chet Hanks on this podcast. He put a thing out that was like, if you
Yeah.
want me to come be on your ting.
yeah, dude.
Really?
I would
And
get,
he didn't do that accent. I think he gave up the accent a couple years ago, but I probably
We're
shouldn't have
talking
did it.
about Tom Hanks?
Tom
Hanks'
Hanks'
son,
kid.
dude.
He put a thing on Instagram, was like, I want to collab with you. I want to come. If you're an artist, we need to work together. If you're a musician, if you're a podcaster,
This is
we're all
not
those
the
things. We need to get
Other
bigger
famous
butts.
one? Is that Colin?
Colin.
Gotcha. Okay.
Colin looks like what Chet Hanks would have picked on in high school.
Gotcha.
Like,
yeah, Colin looks like what or what's his name? Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks.
Who's that old famous actor everybody knows? Anyway, so the last thing he did is he would go around and people said that he was a hick. They're like, you're just some drunk hick.
Yeah.
We could never elect you. So he like leaned into it. So he had this guy that he was close with would make bottles, whiskey-shaped bottles that were shaped like cabins. Because they were saying you would sit on your porch of your cabin and then you would just drink whiskey. And the guy who did it, his name was James Booze. So on all the bottles, it would say booze on there, booze whiskey.
Wow.
So that's why the term booze is associated with
Oh.
alcohol to this day.
This
Sounds
is
like this guy
educational.
is the original Don Draper.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the boy of the year.
Yeah.
He is the dog. I wish that guy would have lived forever.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't just
But
incredible.
he didn't even live long enough to
No.
be a president.
Dude, imagine if everybody called you a dumb hick alcoholic and you were just like, all right, I'll just be that then.
Yep.
And I'll win the presidency.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, Trump did that. Not that, but everyone's like, you're a piece of shit. He's like, I'm a piece of shit.
I've got horrific pneumonia. I'm dying slowly. I can't breathe or exhale.
Really fucking
It's gotten there,
that
huh?
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotten there, folks.
Wow.
Thanks,
Wait,
guys.
so I'm going to circle back to the riding the horse thing. I'm pretty sure that's how, there's somewhere in my lineage, it's like my great-great-grandfather died because he went to his dad's funeral and refused to wear a coat, like out of like being like a tough guy. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Not
And it was
doing
like in February, and he got pneumonia, and then he died like right after that.
Oh, man.
That's in my bloodline somewhere.
That's
I'll get the
incredible,
full
dude.
story. That's one. It's weird. It's one of those stories that like I think my dad told me a million times, and I'm like I should have wrote this down, like
Yeah.
because now I'm like getting it secondhand from my aunt who's getting old. Like she's like, no, he lost a karate tournament.
That's not wearing things to be sick.
Yeah, and I'm 90% sure it's my middle name is Daniel, and I think it's after this dude.
Yeah.
He also converted from he was Jewish, and he converted to Catholicism just to get some puss.
Amen. Dude,
That's the only reason to convert.
Yeah, it's the only reason.
Anything.
That's also the only
Yeah.
reason to ever get into religion.
Yeah.
Fair.
A Jewish Catholic sounds like the worst combo of all time.
Well, you're looking at his great
grandson
here.
The
Blood of
wine is
Christ.
warm. Nobody cares that the wine is warm.
I don't think that was even wine. It tasted like Concord grape jelly juice.
There's no matzah bread, the body of Christ.
yeah. But
Are you
it's like
guys
I
just
can't.
doing
I
the
can
old
never
man from
claim.
Family Guy.
Yeah, it's more Goldman. Ding. Still one of the best lines. Yeah, I don't know.
I love
was
that. I love the fact
somewhere
that
in my bloodline that
There's
happened.
in your bloodline,
You're
there's
going places,
not wearing
man.
things to be cool.
Did
Is
the People's
sick.
family ever do anything? I mean, the Earl of Sandwich's name was John Montague, spelled exactly the same. So you guys are welcome for sandwiches. Matt, what did the People's?
Not sure what's
Damn,
up
is
to
People's
those guys.
is People's Court yours?
Let's just say I've watched a lot of Division I athletes with the last name Peoples, and we're not
Nice.
proud of whatever was going on back
Yeah.
in the day. We'll put it right there.
That's also in the Montague bloodline. There was a comedian named Robin Montague, spelling exactly the same as mine, and yeah, it was a black woman, and you're just like, oh, that's interesting. And then like anytime I would look up my name, it was everyone famous was African American. I was like, all right, well, that
Yeah,
doesn't
makes
look good for my lineage. I'm assuming that at some
Yeah.
point
Before I put it
there was
together,
some
I
ownership,
thought it
and
was
that's not
sick.
good.
Like I grew up playing AAU basketball, and I would like tell my teammates that were black kids, and be like, "Yeah, I know like a lot of black dudes with last name Peoples. It's so cool." They're like, "It's actually not really that cool at all." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
What was yours? Like fucking surfers? That's where your last name
Nah,
comes from.
man. I just a bunch of farmers, as far as I know.
Cody, I guess is more of a like southerner last name, but it is so
Yeah.
associated with like.
There was an African American family in our neighborhood, last name Cody.
That's
and
fun.
like we would get their mail sometimes, and I would have to take it back over. And I
Yeah.
asked one time, like, "Are we related to them?"
You're
My
getting
dad's like,
black.
what? Are you, what?
I wish it's just well, your
Like
uncle.
genuine question. Like, are we related?
I
Like,
love
no.
stupid kid innocent questions. I cannot wait to answer those.
Yeah.
Like we're not there yet. My daughter's not talking well enough yet, but like I can't wait to just answer wild questions and just stupid ones too.
Yeah.
Let's try it out. Throw me some questions and I'll see what kind of. And then you, as a more seasoned dad, you can critique how my answer is. So you ask a question. You're a little Maddie. We'll call him what 4. That's probably when your brain starts working to ask questions. All right. Hey, what's up, Matt?
Hey, Dad, how
Hey,
come
bud.
you don't drink alcohol like all the cool dads?
Well, it's because, some people's parents have dependency on things. And see, what your dad chose years ago was to go clean and sober for just 1 month, and then it carried over, and then he realized he was better than all those people. So,
Okay, can I go with the
Rips the
neighbors?
Uncle Matt's also say you gonna pick me up.
Yeah.
Uncle Matt's cool as hell. He does this thing where he'll drink a lot and then drive really fast. Nobody could ever catch him.
Sometimes he hits people. He told me it's bonus points.
Yeah.
One time when he was 17, he mowed down a man homeless so nobody knew that he died. And he's never talked about it publicly.
Yeah, if you admit something in a baby voice, it can't be held against you in a court of law.
Yeah. I love that it's a kid with a speech impediment too.
I think it just
In my
that's a
mind,
little-
all kids need one.
They
at some
all have
point.
one.
Yeah. They need to have
When you're
one.
just around kids, you're like, everybody just sounds
Damn.
like this.
Yo, should we get into speech impediments? Should we start? I'll just pick one and start
You
doing
can
it.
hand them out. You
Yeah.
can get one.
I'll take a stutter.
Yeah.
I think I could rip a stutter. I used to work with a guy who had a stutter, and he would just like, we worked on a golf course together, and he'd be like, I'm going to go over I'm going to go over I'm going to go that way. And I was like, why didn't you just say that in the beginning, man?
Yeah.
Like, he would just replace the word that he stuttered on,
Yeah.
and then he like knocked his head, and it went away. Never came back again.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. I think he
That
like
means he
fell
got
off
hit.
something and hit it.
If
When
every kid who
to get
had
it.
a stutter learned how to breakdance, I think they'd be fine. Like if you
Ooh,
are in the
true.
middle of a stutter and you start breakdancing, you distract them right
And
away.
if you did a move like a robot breaking down,
yeah, they'd be like, "Oh wow, this guy's actually pretty ill."
Golf course people are the best. The employees.
Oh,
we had a
it-
guy.
it's the best.
Rudy had 30 fingers.
nice.
Don't
Just
even know why.
total.
Yeah, one hand.
We had
It
a
was like all
guy.
gone. I think
Yeah.
he got
We had a
lost in
guy
an
who had his
accident or
leg
something.
completely fused from the hip to the toes straight from a motorcycle accident, and the mowers that we had were the ones that you had to like straddle.
Yeah, yeah.
So like you would have a foot on one pedal and a foot on the other. He would have to ride with them on the side, and they just let him drive it. So it'd be like steering wheel here, and he would just be working the pedals with his other foot.
Dude, he rode it like a sweet prince. He had
yeah.
both
we had
legs.
a gym we had a teacher in middle school that had his leg fused too from a motorcycle accident. Different guy, same town.
Yeah.
Maybe they got in the same accident. Maybe they went into each other. But this guy had like his leg fused and he would just drag it down the hallway. But he could also just nail 3-pointers without jumping. He
Yeah.
would drag his leg into a 3-pointer and just buckets. I think he was like the girls' JV coach
That's
That's
yeah.
the price you pay. Wait, I
Yeah.
just want to be clear. They both his legs would be on one side,
on one side.
so he really would ride like a knight. You know,
Pretty-
knights on
not
horses.
like a knight, but
like the damsel in distress would
Yeah.
ride
Okay,
like that. Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah. Except
Wow, that's
except he
awesome.
was I think his name was like Hank or something. Like you need to have a good name.
Yeah.
You need to, you can't
yeah,
be
if you're
like
cutting grass on a golf course.
yeah, you can't
gotta
be
have
Hunter and have your leg fused.
No.
They're like, that's Hank. He can stand totally straight, but he hits every 3-pointer.
yeah.
He has some rough opinion on Korean stuff.
Do you think Hank is a name that's dead? Or, that probably came back
Nah, I know
around
some
now.
Hanks.
People are yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Hanks.
No, a few of
Tom,
them. Yeah.
Chet,
Whole family of them, man.
Rita Hanks.
That's incredible, dude. Old Bobby Cody, though.
Yeah, here we are.
How about it?
We told you not to drink, and Rob's got a fucking full glass of vodka and a wine glass just
Yeah.
sitting on the thing.
That's how I roll, man.
Are you still boozing? Now that John's not, I don't know who I can hang with at these mics and things.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'll drink every now and then, but like,
yeah.
Damn, look at everyone trying to better their lives around you, and you're
Yeah.
just trying to go deeper. This is actually your intervention.
I'm also
Jay's actually not our producer. He is a therapist. He's recording all this to bring it back to you.
yeah, I'm
Just be
also
like,
27 years younger than you guys.
well, anybody that wears cut-off champion sweatpants needs an intervention.
Dude, if you want
Yeah.
to see my clitoris, just say it. It's way too much leg.
it's more underwear than I knew
Dude.
until right now.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
There's so much underwear in
Does
the
it look
shot.
like a lot of leg
And a
on
brand new
camera?
pair of camel hair clogs.
Oh, no. Those things
Yeah,
are
he's
too
got some
creamy.
they're really unlived in his
Yeah.
new.
Those are brand new, huh?
My little Berkey poops. My,
Yeah.
my gentle angel bought them for me. I said, I like these. And she said, well, check this out, you fucking fire crotch. They're at your doorstep. I ordered them for you.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's true love.
Whatever it is, I'll take it because I want these shoes so bad.
That's true
dude.
love.
Yeah, it might be. She met the parents yesterday.
Oh, how was that?
Dude, we're
Yeah,
in, huh?
It went pretty good. I think it went pretty good.
yeah.
Sunday dinner?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did your parents report back to you yet? Or are they still kind of discussing it?
They we're excited for the next girlfriend.
Yeah, they were
No,
like,
they-
I mean, good try, Matt.
Things went
you
good.
know,
I think it went pretty good. My mom prepared a nice Italian dinner, and that
Oh,
was
classic.
about as good as an Irish woman could prepare.
okay,
it.
what
Yeah.
was in this Italian dinner?
Chicken parmesan, noodles from ShopRite, my mom's heart and soul.
Okay, all right.
Then she hit us with an apple dump cake. The conversation was flowing, some glasses of wine.
Ooh.
Everybody's giggling, telling tales.
Ooh, telling the tall tales.
My dad barely hit her. It was everything was golden. It was
Big
flowing.
Kev, he does love swinging
So
on a
when are you
bitch.
going to propose, man?
The next couple weeks,
Actually, right now, Gab, can you get out of here real quick? Oh, sorry, should we cut her name?
But no, I think it went pretty good. Like, what I mean, back in like the fucking early '70s when your guys' wives met your parents, how did that go?
My dad farted on her. Pleased to meet you.
Your dad actually farted on my girlfriend too. That
True.
was fucked up.
From beyond the grave.
From what I remember, it went fairly well. My mom was drinking at the time, and she asked her if she believed in God, and then passed
Ooh.
out.
Yeah, that's always gonna
Nice.
happen. Yeah.
You believe in God?
The Holy Spirit took her over.
Right.
Holy
All
Spirits took her over.
That's crazy. What,
Spirit of Chardonnay.
did you do a dinner, or was it just kind of like a look? This is my fair lady.
That wasn't like the very first intro, but
Yeah.
it was.
Chardonnay is also Rob's wife's name. She's
Yeah.
a dancer.
It's a
How about a
daunting,
Chardonnay, lady? Y'all?
It's
Here
a
she
daunting task because you're talking to your parents in like a totally new way. Like I'm pretty close with my parents.
Yeah.
But you're kind of like you're trying to make sure they're comfortable. Your parents are like also a little on edge because they're meeting somebody new and they want to be presentable, whatever. So it kind of feels like it's a weird gray area. it
Yeah,
felt
wait
like.
till, let's say this progresses, and then you have to throw down on your parents for a decision between you and the wife.
What that my parents might go. You got to pick one of us.
Not that you have to pick one of them, but
I
that,
thought you were
like,
already doing
you
the
have to be
relationship.
like, hey, parents, sorry, we're not doing that for these reasons. Like,
Oh,
it could
okay.
be anything. Mine was like the pandemic. We had to be like, you can't come see the babies if you're not
Oh,
going to get
true.
Yeah.
vaccinated.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
All right, I don't want
It's
to do that.
the worst.
Man, you just made a big leap. You went
Yeah.
from meeting a parent to breaking their heart.
Well, I mean, that's like a real.
Matt's like, actually, I ended the
Thing.
dinner by
Like,
saying,
you're
now that
gonna-
you've
you're
met my
gonna have it,
girlfriend,
yeah.
I'm never going to see you guys again.
I'm out.
I think I lucked out. My parents already knew my wife because we're from the same town.
Oh, there you
So
go.
like they knew her family.
True.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a big intro. It was like
You know Trish from
they
up
knew
the
her
block?
stories. Yeah, they like knew each other's stories. So it was like,
Trish from Up the Block, great comedian.
yeah. Yeah, so mine was like pretty smooth. I don't know. Trying to think when I met her parents, what it was like.
Anybody fight? And there was ever? I just want to hear contentiousness.
No, I kind of have. I landed in like a good a good spot. Like as far as there's technical difficulties that made me
Nah,
giggle.
this is great. He's just trying to get full thigh on that one, dude.
What was my brain just doing there? I was thinking of a thing.
You're talking about when you met Trish's family and everything
Oh,
was
it
going
wasn't
swimmingly,
anything-
and then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Well, their last name's Dahmer, so I was a little nervous.
JDZ, dude.
Uncle Jeffrey was there. We talked, and he showed me some cool dance moves. He taught me how to make a couple drinks that fizz a little, and we moved on.
That's very Midwestern, by the way, to eat people. That's not
It's
a
the most
coastal thing.
Midwestern thing.
Yeah.
That's
It
not a
really is.
coastal thing. Yeah, people in the Midwest are like, well, sure, I'd love
Well,
to
the
take a
winters
bite
there
out
are
of
cold,
you.
man.
Oh,
You gotta
Yeah.
pack it on.
I mean,
Coastal
you just,
Cannibals is a great metal name. Band
it's
name.
incredible, dude.
Midwest Cannibals, it sounds like a indie rock band.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, Midwest Cannibals. What's their first album titled?
I don't know. I just can't. It's just Jeffrey Dahmer's stupid. If I died by a guy with that accent, I'd be fucking furious. He can eat me. He can do it. If he like comes, he's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking eating you." I'd be like, "All right, it's fine."
That's what always makes me nervous too. Is like you're always worried about like someone that would kill you, and you think it's gonna be like a big tough person,
Yeah.
or like somebody like no, it's just gonna be a quiet weirdo probably.
It's just the
or
guy-
a drunk driver.
Yeah, yeah. It's true. A drunk driver. That'd be sick.
Statistically, or my
Yeah.
heart. I don't know.
If a guy from Wisconsin, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna eat you," but the guy who killed me, his last words were, "Oh fuck, I'm cool."
His
Yeah,
last
it's all
words
good.
are going to be
It's the
as
Holy
he veers off into your lane.
And he looks at me and goes, "Do you believe in God?"
That's a bit I got to bring back. The final words. It's like you think it's gonna be this grand gesture of like win the battle or lose the war, lose the battle, win the war.
Yeah.
But it's like your final words are really most likely gonna be like, nah, man, I can totally fucking jump over that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I can clear that. Like, no, my heart feels fine. That's your final words.
You think you'd be a lot sicker when you die? I really think you're gonna be a bigger pussy than you're anticipating.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going
Take
out.
my wife, take my kids, please. No.
Oh yeah, I'm going out bargaining hard. I'm like, please, everything I ever did. Like,
Look, I got a tight rump. It's all yours. Okay, please.
I pray I never get.
Are you like? But are you slowly dying, or is this like somebody's
pointed
about
at
to
you?
That would
take
actually
your
be
life?
hilarious to be like dying of like fucking cancer, but you're like, please take my wife, take my kids, and like that won't do anything. They're right here.
Well, I was trying to figure out who
We're
you're
gonna take him to the
negotiating
other
with.
room to
I'm
get
just
him away.
assuming it's Jay Dahmer. He's like, well, I'm gonna eat you.
Yeah.
Like, eat my little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you like to think that like someone's got a gun to your head. You like to think that you're the person that like grabs a barrel and you're like, fucking do it.
Yeah.
But you're really just like, I'll do anything to satisfy you, please.
Oh God, I think that's a Chris D'Elia bit.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally just stole that probably.
Fuck, sorry, Chris.
That's all
hope-
right. Yeah.
We don't think John doesn't think you did anything wrong.
That joke's brought to you by Krispy Kreme Donuts. Chris D'Elia Cream Donuts.
Everybody's getting to the pod game. Are you thinking about starting a pod at all? You ever
Definitely
crossed
not.
your mind? You don't have any
I mean, it's
desire?
crossed
You guys
my
want a
mind,
donut?
but-
You want a day old?
No, I'm all right on those.
You've never thought about it? You've never been scouting
It's
any
crossed
hosts?
my mind, but
What's holding you back? Just the fact that it's a waste of time?
Tell me what.
more work.
Tell me, if you were to start a podcast, what standards would you have on this podcast? So,
Standards?
yeah, like what would your
What my
would it
practices,
be about?
standards and practices be?
would you have any rules like no gum chewing on the podcast, no food?
No,
What would your podcast be about?
I don't know, man. I guess like dad shit, but that's boring and nobody cares. And
I would like to hear. I get unbelievably fascinated with the dad thing.
it's
Like I think about you
Fine.
having to like yell at a kid, and I cannot fathom it.
I don't really yell. Like when it whoever on the text thread said like I could be stern.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I can picture
I
you
can see.
yelling.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
It's just like a different voice.
Practice on Matt. Can you
Hey.
yell at him for doing? Ooh,
That's a yell.
Yeah.
That's a good
That's
dad.
not a yell.
That's a yell, dude.
That's not a
If you
yell.
hit me with a hey,
Yeah.
I'd be so scared of you, dude.
Yeah.
I don't have a good dad
I
hey
can't
yet.
even imagine.
I think my hey is too loud, and it doesn't. It sounds comical. Like when I yell it, she just always looks at me like, "Come on."
You feel like you'd be kind of like a whiny, like stop.
Why are you doing that?
No, your boyfriend can't come over. Stop and bringing him over.
I am over explaining like the reasons why behind things way too early. Like,
Yeah.
she'll be freaking out, and I'm just like, listen, this isn't something we need to freak out about because right now, in the grand scheme of the world,
Of life.
this thing right now isn't even that big of a deal. Like, you got to think about it. We're on like a marble just floating through space. And this could all end at any moment.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to be upset about, dropping your string cheese on the ground.
Yeah.
Your daughter's
So
like,
my kid's gonna.
shit, Dad, you're right.
Yeah, and her walls just postered with like fractals and tool posters and Joe Rogan.
Tapestries. Yeah.
I'm like, well, honey, I would
be
love to
wise
get you the
beyond her
vaccine.
years. Yeah.
I would love to get you the vaccine, but an MMA loving comedian told me that it's not good for you.
Yeah.
So no.
She's like, all right, and you're like, all right, little Elon, go to your bed.
Yeah. All right, little Quasar 7 or whatever his kid's name is.
That's gonna be a real thing. Like when your kids are like 15, 16, they can smoke weed, and it'll be just like, oh, all right.
I can't wait.
It'll be like how I guess you treat booze. You
Yeah,
know?
I can't. I think that's when I'll
you'll
start
tell
drinking
him to
again.
stop.
When my
Weed-
kid can drink.
It always
Yeah.
sounded that was like the crazier thing. Like you get caught drinking, it's like, you're in trouble, whatever. But the weed thing was always like, don't you dare do that. How could you
Yeah.
even like now it's gonna be like, yeah.
You're gonna end up sucking dick for crack or whatever.
And that's
what
tough to
my
do.
parents said to me. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
saying that's what every parent said.
They said that
Your
to me,
parents
too.
were big
Yeah.
fans of the movie Half Baked.
Yeah.
Big
what happened to
in
him?
that. Yeah.
That's fun to just say
They
about
think
anything.
they show you Half Baked thinking it's a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
You're just like, this looks pretty sick. I'm gonna go join the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
Parents
I'm
should have
outta
used
here.
that as like a threat for anything.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't turn in your homework, like you want to be sucking dick for crack. Like,
Yeah.
What the fuck? All right, jeez.
Is that an option? I mean, math is hard.
Yeah.
You want to be like
Is
three of
it
your
like
aunts?
once or
Yeah.
multiple times?
Yeah, is this like
Yeah.
an every night thing?
Yeah.
Also, how many crackheads do you know, Mom and Dad? I think we need to look into why you know so many crackheads looking for blowjobs.
Your dad's like, it's coke when you get it. It's not crack till you light it on fire. And you're like,
Yeah.
Dad, I'm 11.
Now come over here and whip this Pyrex. Let me teach you
Yeah.
how to cook it down.
My dad hit me with one of those when I was a kid. There was a kid in my class, and my teacher asked me to figure out how to turn the computer back on, and I couldn't figure it out. And it was actually fucked up. It wasn't like, I know you could just press the monitor, whatever.
I thought it was gonna be you being corny and be like, I'll turn the computer on. You're just over there rubbing your nipples.
Yeah, I made love to my
Stripping
30s. I made love to my 40-year-old teacher. She died in front of me.
Jesus
We,
Christ.
I couldn't get it on, and then the kid in my class was able to figure it out, and I was like, oh, that's what a pussy for being whatever. I tried to tell my dad later that night.
Oh,
mind
you found the on button.
Yeah, whatever.
How
Kenny.
did you not know how to turn a computer on?
I'll just put it this way: his name is Kenny Lee.
Ooh.
Probably shouldn't have said a full name.
Oh, so he reprogrammed the damn
Might need a
thing.
timestamp on that one. But and then I went home. I told my dad, and I was like, "Yeah, I couldn't figure it out, but he figured it out and did." And he's like, "Well, you'll be pumping his fucking gas one day." I was like, "Jesus Christ, dude!" I swear to God, I was like
Dude.
in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Dads had that generation, even if they're not racist, they're racist, and they just don't even know it. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, they know it.
But they know, but they don't sometimes too, though. Like,
That wasn't racist. He was saying
No.
it like I'm gonna be the dumb one, and he's gonna be like
oh,
pulling up in a BMW.
see, I even went race there. I'm sorry.
You thought he was Indian?
That's me living out my life.
No, they meant John. That's a disgusting assumption to make, dude.
I don't
How
know.
could you, my brother in arms?
But pumping gas is, it's like when they're like, you're going to be throwing trash one day. It's like, I think they get benefits.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Plus, if I was
Seems like a
pumping
good gig.
pumping gas, I got a free Bluetooth that I'm talking on all the time. That'd be sick.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be down
You get to
with
wear a
that.
turban, too?
The guys who
You
like,
got to go authentic.
No, he'd wear that hat.
I'd wear this exact hat while I'm pumping gas, and nobody
Matt
would
would
trust
love
me.
nothing more than to get that hat tarnished and then have somebody ask him, you had that hat for a long time, and then act like he didn't just buy it.
Yeah.
Dude, I bought this hat.
Plato's Closet.
No, it's brand new, I bet you.
It's from TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
I found it on the floor.
That's a good score.
That's an
No,
incredible
no.
score.
You
Thanks,
bought
guys.
you bought a hat that a dad accidentally left there.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't have a barcode for this, but I don't know, $11? Does that sound
No,
fair?
very honestly, it was probably some 14-year-old girl trying to make a TikTok, and the dad was like, "Please, no."
It's just funny that corduroy hats have come back in because I couldn't think of a worse fabric to have on your head if you're out
Yeah.
in the heat than corduroy.
Dude, my head is so hot all the time. I'm sweating right
Have
now.
they come back in?
Yeah.
I'm bringing it back in pretty full force, dude.
Instagram ads have told me they have because every hat that I'm like, this is cool, and then it's corduroy.
Like, this is
I'm like,
not-
ah, this is
try to-
pants material.
You try to act like you're not a little fashionista, dude. You got the ankles exposed. I see you with the flip flops and pants sometimes.
That's just his wife's pants. He's really
Yeah.
tall.
true. It's very fair. You're crocked up. Crocs are really kind of making a big bang.
They're very comfortable.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it
We
whatsoever.
made fun of them for a lot, and now they're just out there.
I
Most
still
people
love
have
the
them.
first time, and it still gets me every time when someone says, "Hold on, let me put it in sport mode," and you throw the old like ankle hugger back there. It's still there's a guy who ran a marathon in Crocs,
Really?
and he did it to like as like a like pretty much a fuck you to the sneaker companies and being like, you keep telling people they have to buy these like $200 like good marathon type shoes are like $200, and he's like, I'll run a fucking marathon in Crocs, and he like torched it. But he's also probably somebody like if you ran it barefoot, like
Yeah.
would have done well too.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
What
that's
happened to
interesting.
the Crocs? Did they make it 23
Oh,
miles?
we'll have to look it up. I think they might have blown out of sport mode at some
Dude,
point.
they had to.
They had to get fucked up. You can't
Yeah.
run in Crocs.
I
that
give them a
long.
mile.
And also,
on.
nobody was probably that impressed. Like
I
he was
know.
just in pain, and everybody's
What-
like, "All right,
here's what
dickhead."
really sucked because I'd be the guy that came in after that guy, and I have the $130 shoes on.
Yeah.
I have all the gear, and he's like, "Yeah, I just showed up in my dad's fucking Crocs."
Yeah,
The last 10 feet, you're just trying to be the guy in Crocs.
yeah, true. Switched about.
I stop and take my my expensive shoes off. Excuse me.
The guy in flip flops is waiting past the finish line. He's like, "You're
Fastest
still a bitch?"
marathon in Crocs. That means it's been done multiple times.
You got a marathon coming up, don't you think you should get
I
involved?
got a
Listen
half.
to this, Rob. This
I
guy's
got a half.
running. This guy's
know.
gonna run places.
Good for
Are you
you,
running
man.
at all? You ever run?
No, I have gout, so I can't really run.
Rob, I'm not gonna lie. I knew that before you told
What
me.
a
I just
Southern
felt-
dad answer.
Yeah.
That accent just comes with gout.
I can't even, yeah.
What is?
I can
what
probably
is
get
gout?
down the block. It just means you have a...
You eat too many hot dogs. Isn't that how you get gout?
You have a high uric acid level. Your body doesn't flush it properly. The uric acid attaches to a joint. It forms a crystal with... Yeah, I know.
No, I wouldn't hear
It's
this. dude.
very, very dumb.
You got crystals in your body?
No, it can form a crystal with another, with purines. And it like
Oh, no way. They're
attaches to
putting
a
crystals
joint,
in your ankles now? Sick.
and it
That's
just makes
crazy.
it flare up. and it's
You could
very
go to like
painful.
fucking this place Meraki down the street, and they have like crystals that ease anxiety. And you're
Yeah.
like, this crystal stops me from
Actually,
running.
Yeah.
I have amethyst in my elbow right now, so I can't play
Do you?
tennis.
You have an emerald in your heel.
surprised.
It's unbelievable. Just knowing fucking names of crystals from Pokemon titles. Pokemon Diamond, Amethyst, Emerald, Sapphire Blue, Ruby Red. Who gives a hell, dude? Not a big deal.
Okay.
That's the section of the podcast
Please.
we've entered into.
All right. So Rob's got gout, and you're autistic. All right, cool.
That's exactly right. Don't forget I have kidney
So-
failure.
True.
Yeah, dude.
You have kidney failure?
I had it back in the day, dude.
When's back in the day?
Oh, looks like somebody doesn't
5
listen to our
months.
podcast.
Yeah, I cannot blame you.
I won't even listen to this one.
Yeah, you're like
I, mean,
guilty.
I didn't say much for 15 minutes.
That's
so I
such
probably
a
won't
that's
listen.
such an awesome baller move, though. Damn, I just said baller. Anyway, go on
Yeah.
about your kidneys.
I had the kid failure back in the day, dude.
Yeah.
It's just from being too cool.
Damn,
Well,
kid
that's
failure.
not how kidney failure works.
Kid failure
That's
is
what
a
they
great
mentioned
rap
it.
name.
Kid failure?
Yeah.
Yes. When Kid Rock runs
Did
for
somebody
president.
give you a kidney?
Huh? No, I had acute failure, which
Oh,
is
okay.
an adorable failure. I got it. I honestly think I just fucking, I don't know what it was. I really think it was just having a big dick. And I Went to the doctor. I felt like shit for like 4 days straight. I was pissing just copious amounts of foam. And I was like, something's not checking out here. So I went to the doctor.
Is your piss going like a whipped cream can?
My piss came out to the soundtrack of Papa Roach. I don't even know what that means. But it did happen. And
the soundtrack of like Papa Roach was a movie.
Papa Roach the musical. You've never seen this?
You never seen the scored. What's
I
his name?
tend to cut myself open and sew myself shut.
That's a deep lyric.
That's from the song. You
You ever
heard-
write? You ever write lyrics?
remember "Cut My Life into Pieces," but
Cut
that's it.
my life
I'm thinking
into
of it.
pieces.
I think I'm thinking of a totally different song.
The restaurant right next door had the sign the one time. It said, cut my life into pizzas. This is my plastic fork." And I stopped my car and parked it to take a picture of that.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Oh, let me ask you guys this. You
Wait,
notice when you
Iron has already asked me a
Okay,
question.
My bad.
No, you ask. Well, at the same time. And Sue asked faster. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Did you ever write
Am
lyrics?
I gay? No,
That
I've
was the
never
lyric.
wrote lyrics. You wrote poems? Rob, you feel like a poem guy. Like you fell in love with a girl in like middle school, high school, and you'd write her
Oh,
like a little
definitely.
poem. Did you really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you're gay for never writing a poem.
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
Oh,
straight
They
right.
were
up.
like kind of funny. I don't remember any of them.
I literally tried to write a poem one time, and it
You
came out
wrote
as a rap
limericks?
song.
They didn't work.
What do you mean? You would write so like you see a girl, and would you write it about her, or just like love in
There
a
was
general
like
sense?
one girl that I would write joke poems and like hand them to her, and it did not work ever.
Do you remember one line?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh God, I would love to hear old
I
Lovey
wish.
Rob,
I wish
dude.
I remember 'em.
Bobby Cody trying to court a
There
woman
was probably something about green eyes because she had green eyes. I don't know.
like emeralds, like the emerald gout crystal in my heel.
Yeah.
This is like,
It was an acrostic, and it just said, "I'm trying to relax." On the side.
It was before my relaxing
Just,
days.
this is my hectic years.
Yeah.
I'm always anxious.
You never wrote lyrics?
Nah, dude.
So I wrote poems by default because I think I tried to write lyrics to songs that never, because I like learned how to play guitar in high school, and I was in bands, and I always played bass and stuff in bands. And I was like, one day I could sing in these bands, and I wrote lyrics but never sang them. So I guess I just wrote poems.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty much
They're
it.
they got to be somewhere. If I find them, I'll read them on here. They got to be terrible.
I bet they're good, man.
No, it was 14-year-old me singing about anxiety that I didn't have. I was like, things are going good.
I don't think I've ever. We used to. The closest we ever got was being exactly how we look, and me and my friends would get drunk and freestyle in our apartment in college.
Oh yeah,
That was obviously what we did. Anytime
I've
we
wrote
drank.
battle rap lyrics before because I used to watch King of the Dot and what was the other one? The URL TV.TV battle raps all the time. Like that dude Roan from Barstool
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
big in it back in the day. There's a
Love
whole
a good
bunch.
battle rap.
Kinda
I feel like that's like a lost art a little bit.
It's still
popping
there,
up
man.
more.
It still
It's
exists.
getting a little
coming
bigger.
back.
I mean,
It's incredible lyricism. You know, I was, you know, I am about lyricism. I
Yeah.
love it.
I mean,
It's
they-
almost like a roast, like a comedy roast.
Yeah,
It
battle.
is. I
but
think
it's
Rose
cool.
Battle was born out of that kind of.
And then
yeah.
also was Yo Mama with Wilmer Valderrama. If you guys remember that show.
Yeah.
Just then it was like supposed to be hardcore, and he's like, "Yo, what is up? This is your host Wilmer Valderrama. Have you ever wanted to talk about somebody's mother?
He introduced himself. He's like,
This is
what
the
up?
time to sign. Come on, guys. What do you got?"
This is your hope, Will Valderrama. What's that? Yes, Fez. It's me. I'm Fez. I know you don't know my name, and I don't actually talk like this.
I know
Fez
what
stood for
because I
foreign
look like
exchange
naked.
student.
Is that true?
Yeah, when they wrote the,
No
they were writing the
way.
script, so they just wrote FES
that's
before they had a name, and then they just
incredible.
left it as Fez.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's so sick, dude.
That's the best part of that show.
That's unbelievable.
They
Period.
tried to do a That's 80s show too.
Did they?
And it tanked. Actually, I think there was somebody. Fuck, I forget his name. A comic was in it. He was talking about it. And I think it went to like 3 episodes, maybe.
Why don't they just give us what we want and get a video of Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis having sex? That's what we've
Yeah.
all been asking for
True.
years. I feel like they both cried during sex, though. It probably wouldn't be that good. They start crying about like child trafficking in the middle of sex. Do you see that? That's a big purpose. That wasn't a random pull.
Really?
Yeah, they're like going to Senate and they've had like really empowered kind of talks. Kind of a beautiful thing.
I mean, good for them to be like at the point in life where you're like, all right, I got enough money.
Yeah,
I guess I got to give back a little bit.
No, they
Let
definitely-
me
yeah.
try this.
they certainly rule for it. Kutch has given some big speeches out.
It's just so much work.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
like super into tech, didn't he?
He's doing
Yeah,
once
he,
in a while.
he
shit.
acted as Steve Jobs and then never got out of character.
Yeah.
And was just like, I'm going to go find out what the internet's all about, and then just bought the internet.
I do remember him
Damn,
being
Ashton
like the
Kutcher owns the
first-
internet?
He does.
Pretty much. I feel like I remember seeing a billboard that he was the first person on Twitter with 1 million followers, and that was like a big.
Wait, you
Real
saw a billboard
thing.
that said that?
Not recently. Like,
They advertised that on a billboard?
Yeah.
What a weird thing to advertise
It was
about
very-
a non-billboard thing. Twitter is advertising on billboards now?
No, this was.
You guys
I
remember
don't
the
know,
retarded guy from that
12
70s
years
show?
ago?
So many people follow him.
It was probably 08 when I saw that billboard.
I didn't know the internet was made its way to billboards.
Ads, man. They're everywhere.
The
It's
billboard
just,
thing's crazy.
it's just a billboard for Ashton Kutcher.
I think
it's just
like
you, and it
million
says, I don't know,
followers,
check them
like,
out.
Okay.
Look them up.
Twitter, I guess.
Yeah, have you seen these kids? Me either. Look how many followers I have.
Yeah.
We, speaking of the fucking, I was driving down, I don't know the road, but they had a big like digitalized sign that says, "Don't text and drive," and then
Yeah.
it gave like another like it had like a joke after, which I think makes no sense because you're looking up and reading something
So
that's saying don't.
I just had
look
the
and
opposite.
read
I was
something.
driving, not the opposite. I was driving down to Maryland, and on 95 they had one of those light up signs, and it said like 115 motor vehicle casualties in the state of Maryland just last week. Drive safe, and you're like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
man?
Yeah.
That's like you're about to have sex, and someone's like, 1 in 5 people get AIDS, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It's a crazy
Dude,
statistic.
tell me afterwards. We
Put
already
your
started.
seatbelt on.
Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm driving like in the rain. I'm like, I guess I'll go 10 and 2, and I don't know, open my eyes now.
Slow down.
You ever drive with your eyes closed just see how long you can go?
Yes.
Never.
You guys
No.
are like having
No.
fun.
I do it when I run now, and I'm gonna
Do you?
run right into a fucking tree someday.
Kick a root.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tripped and fell in front of your house once.
Did you
I
really?
landed on because your house, like, you have the slope on the front.
Yeah, yeah.
And I landed and like tucked and rolled and kept going because I
Did
tripped.
you?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I think it was your house. I don't know. Maybe it was a different house.
Running
I'll
with your
check
eyes
the ring.
closed. Just
Camera.
Oh, please do. If you, I still want.
We have one. We haven't put it up.
There's
I'm the
got to be
worst dad
footage
ever.
of the bar right next door to here. I tried to run home from there once drunk, and I tripped in front of the Planet Fitness, and there has to be security footage. I fell right in front of the front door.
Yeah.
Like there's no way they didn't catch it on camera.
I need that video more than anything in my life.
Planet Fitness.
I think you were like
I think I owe
running
you a
in-
lot of money, but
like
if we could
running in
please-
jeans too. Which
Yeah,
is,
I ended up taking my shirt off because it was so hot. And then I got back to my street, and I'm walking down the middle of the street, no shirt, bloody hands in skate shoes. And I just got inside and was like, I looked in the mirror and was like, oh my God, people think I'm a fucking serial killer. They think I just Dahmered real quick. They think I was jeffing it up. I was out of breath. I'm like,
Did you? If I run drunk, I get maybe 10 steps. And
I
I'm
got
like,
pretty far. I
this
fell
is
twice.
Too much for me.
Because I put my running playlist on, so I thought my brain would be like, we know we're doing this.
Yeah.
I did. That was kind of like the guy running the half marathon in Crocs. I ran a drunk
That's kind of your crock.
1.75 miles in drunk Nike skate shoes.
That'd be a sick guy to be part of the marathon.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy in Crocs, there's a guy who's puked every 6 miles, and it hasn't been water. It's been a weird tan
I give
color.
up drinking for 2 months before to just
Yeah.
get hammered during the race.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
So
pussy.
are you gonna run?
You get to the finish line and it's just nowhere near where you're supposed to be. You get there, it's just like
You should try to
Northern
record the
Camden.
pod during the race.
That'd be kinda
Ooh,
fun.
That could be good. You
Yeah.
running next to me with a mic.
Yeah.
Jay's just got a dolly chasing us. But you guys are running faster than me still somehow.
Just a boom mic.
There's got to be a motorized scooter.
Yes. Oh, we get you in a hover round.
This will be great.
I'll drink too, but nobody asked me to. They're like, why is Matt happy? It's like, I'm operating a
At
scooter.
each hydration station, there's just one White Claw on the table. They're like, no, that's for Matt. That's for Matt.
That's yeah. Oh, God.
We could do that.
Okay.
You could call me in the middle of the thing. We could at least somehow record it.
By all means. I would like to call.
FaceTime now.
Yeah.
Just Blair Witch truck.
Just a video of me throwing up on the side of the road.
I'm so scared.
And everyone that runs past is going, "You're not better than me. You're not better. You're better than me."
Are
Because
those
you're
your
still
marathon
running.
things?
No, these are my new cool guy shoes. They're purple. You're right. They're awesome.
Are they?
It's purple haze is the color. I'm also partially colorblind, so I don't know.
They're like
Purple haze
lavender.
is the color. That
Yeah.
should be your running name.
Purple haze.
I am the purple haze.
I'm Slurple Gaze.
Slurping gaze. Purple Haze, Slurping Gaze, and that's my podcast host right behind me.
No, these are if you go on the Nike.com/these shoes, they're purple.
Okay. Yeah,
glad we got this
like some
cleared
good
up,
kick arounds.
I like them. I'm a fan. I
was
even sent them to
high
Matt
time.
with a different pair of laces in them, and I was like, "Hey, you know about shoes? What do you think?" And he said, "Nah."
Nah, dude, all I know about is
Didn't do it.
Birkenstocks and Crocs these days.
True.
brother.
You should really get into being a hippie. You get a drug rag, those like poncho
dude.
I could probably do
hoodies.
that. I could probably.
That could be your renaissance.
What do hippies say? Oh, come on.
You have been doing like this thing too
What?
long.
Oh,
so like
come on.
you need a
Yeah,
new.
you know,
Hippies say,
you know,
"Oh,
hippies are like,
come on."
oh, come on, no
Yeah.
more, come on, stop being, MK Ultra, no more of that. They were pissed about that. Vietnam, come on, Vietnam guys.
No, you got to be a
Stop.
new age. You should
Yeah.
get into crystals.
I'll fucking cut off Rob's foot.
All right.
Wear
You
one
should
around
take
your neck.
Reiki lessons.
I think there's a lot of
That'd be cool.
I think I'm missing a lot of opportunities to get really into like
Ooh.
Eastern or Western medicine, whatever.
Once
it
we
is.
do start a Patreon, we should go do like a Reiki sound bath treatment thing. I think I just mixed 3 things into one.
I think
Yeah.
so.
And just podcast during it.
Closest I got to Reiki is one time at the tap room. It was during a fucking like a bar crawl where you got to dress up in different kind of costumes. They called it Halloween. And I went to the tap room and there was a girl who was reading palms. And she read my palms, and I'm not certain, but she was definitely faking like a Ukrainian accent. So I wish she could have saw something else coming, in the future. But she was like reading my palms, and she was like, "You feel like you're unhappy," and I was like, "Lady, I'm fucking blacked out right now. I've never been happier." And she's like, "Okay, you feel actually very happy now that I think about it." Like, it was the most like.
I was feeling the wrong
stereotypical-
finger.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
had like a dumb hairnet in. She was like very cool. She was like in her 30s, so she seemed like an actual person. And then it was funny like watching me leave, and she'd go on her phone in between. Like you watch like a 16-year-old cashier when there's nobody there, they're just
Right.
on their phone. She's just sitting there googling like, what's Russia up
Things
to?
to
I
talk
imagine.
about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. But
How do you read a palm?
I think you just look at it. She just kept rubbing it, so I was just totally fixated on the fact that it.
No,
felt,
this was her Googling.
yeah.
I wasn't asking you how to read a palm.
Oh, I thought you.
All right, Rob. Well, you want to start with the basics. The palm
Yeah.
is this part of your hand.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. She read a lot of my palm when I opened mouth smack.
I think she needs to spend less time reading palms, more time reading psalms. She needs to find Jesus.
Hey, man,
That's
brother.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, I think you guys are actually onto something there.
Does everyone think you're religious because of your accent?
If they do, they hadn't asked me about it.
Damn, you just
Yeah.
went from Southern guy to like buttery smooth answer.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can
know.
slip
They're
in
all
and
too
out of
busy coming. Like, wait, what? Can't ask questions when Daddy won't take his thing out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
Yeah. Hey-o.
I don't know. Were you religious like at all
I
growing
mean, we
up?
grew up. Yes, we went to church every Sunday.
I picture it's in a tent and there's
Yeah.
snakes.
Nah, we were Episcopalians, so it was like
Which one's that?
Catholic
Okay.
light.
You like can't eat. You can only eat fish.
No, you can. That's not it at all.
Oh, yeah. As pescatarian.
Not, yeah, not pescatarian.
I just soaked your fucking car.
It's all good.
Yeah.
No, now it's dirty.
I think that was throw up.
We got it. Yeah.
Oh, pescatarian. Oh, all right. Whew. Back to it. 3, 2, 1.
One.
Your Catholic light.
Catholic light. I mean, my dad's dad was a priest, Episcopalian priest.
Oh,
so
really?
it was like,
So you're
I mean,
the
we
son of a
went.
son of a preacher man.
yeah. son of a preacher man.
That was the original recording.
Yeah.
They're like, it's too many words.
Yeah.
We gotta. Can we?
Cut it
Just,
down.
how about we make it? You're the son.
Yeah.
I'm the nephew of a cousin of a guy that lived next to a preacher man. Like, it's just too muddy.
Still doesn't work.
Sounds like a Counting Crows song.
Oh man, that's my go-to. That was my go-to when I used to drink and drive. Back in the day.
it?
Whew, not proud of it. I used to leave the bar in Cherry Hill every Thursday night and drive back to my parents' house. I was still living at home and working up in Cherry Hill. And I would put on Counting Crows Hard Candy and would just sing Raining in Baltimore at the top of my lungs. And I thought that cops would think I was sober
Yeah.
and just really into the Counting Crows.
Mr.
Tell you what. Yeah, Mr. Jones.
Mr.
and me
Jones
were
was
really,
the police officer
yeah.
who gave you a DUI.
It's just a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Just me, windows down, raining.
Yeah. Nothing will make you drink and drive more than living at home.
Oh, yeah.
How do you mean? At the parents' house?
Yeah. You're just like, I got to go back.
I guess that's more like pre-21 stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like drinking and driving, you can't get involved in that till post-21. Not that any of us here would ever do it. That was obviously a theoretical
That's all-
Allegedly.
that's all we
I'm
did.
sober. I've finished all 12 steps. You can jump steps.
Well, it's just
can't skip 'em.
drinking
They
and
don't tell
driving
you that.
got ruined by guys our dad's age being pussies and hitting people. Like they were just doing because they were just doing willy nilly. Nowadays, you do it really calculated.
Willy nilly was the guys they were hitting. Willy and nilly.
Nobody drinks and drive. Don't drink and drive. It's gross.
I always just picture like my dad's like life and my parents' life as just being like Dazed and Confused. Like the movie Dazed and Confused
Yeah.
is when I think of like, oh, my mom in high school, I just basically put her in that movie.
Yeah.
And I don't even think the timeline works. But in my head, that's just where they
That's
are.
what it is.
So like one day, like our kids, is that
We've
we
hit
an
it.
hour now? All right.
How about that?
We'll do a couple more minutes. Like one day, our kids are just gonna watch American Pie, and they're like, "This is just
That's-
what my dad's
that's
life was
my
like.
dad.
Just putting his dick in stuff."
That's a weird thing for your kid to be like. That's initially what he associates. Like, damn, my dad fucked a lot, man.
Your kids are just gonna watch A24 movies and be like, "My dad might have been a serial
My
killer."
dad was in Hereditary.
Yeah, my dad's head got lopped off.
I'd be okay with that, dude. My dad thought it was a fucking
My dad's payment.
payment. Hail him.
I don't
That's
know.
a beaut. Well, we found out
Did
an
we
hour.
just run out of
Yeah,
gas?
I guess we
Yeah.
found out the hour. It gave us sweet relief.
All right, Rob, what do you got coming up? What do you want to promote? What are you doing? What you did?
Oh,
Rob knows how
I'm
to do
doing,
websites.
Yeah, with squarespace.com. Doing a Veterans Day show, November 11th,
Never forget.
Cricket Comedy.
Forget.
I forget what the.
What's up, Eddie?
I forget where it is.
Where can we find you to
It's not
find
good.
out?
Oh, wait.
Go on Cricket Comedy to find out,
Yeah,
everybody.
cricketcomedy.com. Hold on, I'll look it up. You guys do your thing, and then I'll find it.
I got some shows.
Yeah, do your shows.
What do we got? I don't remember.
Man,
Hold
we
on, you
really,
got it. You got
really
it.
let the wheels fall off this thing.
The 26th, we'll be at in Harrisburg doing a little roast battle. Me and Johnny
Yes.
Boat just found out the rules to that, and they're too long, and there's too many of them.
I didn't read them.
Well, that's because they're 9.5 pages long.
Nice.
We'll be doing that. And in the November 4th, we're doing another roast in Emmaus Theater. November 12th, Dan Callahan putting together a show at the Moose Lodge in Lindenwald. We'll be
Yes.
a part of that one. There's another one in
12th,
October.
yeah.
Some coming
When
up.
is that one?
November 12th.
Oh, I think I agreed to that one, too.
I believe you did. I think you're on the. I'm almost certain you're on the poster.
Damn, I have to figure that out. Okay.
Well, dude, you're running out of time. You only have
Wait,
34 days.
we can kill another hour. Let's watch
Yeah.
you figure it out now. I got
Cricket Comedy, sorry. Loretta Winery in New Egypt, New Jersey.
Not Old Egypt, the new one. Go to the new one.
The new one.
You can't have new in the name twice. New Egypt, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Fair.
Fuck you, New Egypt. We beat you in baseball once.
That's where alien immigrants built the pyramid.
True. Tomorrow night I will be in Doylestown for Yuck Yuck Fun Time.
Dear God.
Great
oh,
name.
God, comedy
With the Night Moves podcast fellas. Then Van Jam Comedy this Friday. I just realized that's supposed to be like Van Dam. I wonder. Or are they jamming in a van? Who knows?
Hard to tell.
And then Tag Team Champions on the 20th of October. I got Roast Battle, a different one, tournament, the Big Dog Classic for Comedy Fight Club on the 25th up in Jersey City. Roast Battle with this guy out in Harrisburg, not against him, with him. We're driving together. We might face off head to head. Come out and find out. And then Comedy on the Crick, 1028, Levittown, Pennsylvania.
All the way out there.
Go
man.
online for tickets.
Levittown.
Or you can find me at Monte Comedy, Hacks Comedy Golf. My first screen name was Slip Monty 7. We can discuss that later.